Welcome to the HAYVN Hubcast, a place to learn what business leaders, owners, and professionals are doing to navigate and grow in today's market. Hear from industry experts on everything from marketing, leadership, financing, and more. Brought to you by HAYVN, a co-working space where you can connect, create, and get stuff done.
Hello and welcome to a super duper extra special episode of the HAYVN Hubcast. I am thrilled to be here with Felicia Rubinstein, the founder of HAYVN. Felicia, thanks for being here today. We're excited to talk to you.
Well, thanks for having me, Nancy. And I'm just so thrilled being here on the 100th anniversary. I mean, 100th anniversary, 100th podcast. And you've been so instrumental in being just a supporter and putting this together. So thank you.
Well, I should say thank you for letting me do this because it's been so fun. But when we were talking about this, I was like, Felicia, 100 episodes. How did that happen? I mean, it seems to have gone very, very quickly. And you mentioned anniversary. It's just auspicious that we're celebrating 100 episodes of the HAYVN Hubcast, as well as within the same month, you've just celebrated your 5-year anniversary with HAYVN. So congratulations to you. That's a far bigger feat than the 100 episodes we've done here. And we just thought it'd be a great excuse to check in with you and kind of celebrate all the looking backwards and looking a little bit forward as well. So congratulations. We've just come off a fantastic anniversary event a couple of weeks ago. For those who are listening who might not have been part of it, it was more than just a birthday. It was as you said, a dream come true. Can you share with our listeners kind of what this special anniversary celebration looked like?
Yeah, so it was a drop the mic night. Shannon Daniels and Jen Lederer connected to create this. And they met actually last year when we had Jen Lederer as our comedian. So a piece of HAYVN magic. I know we're going to talk about that in more detail, but they paired up. And now they're off and running and creating this program called Drop the Mic, where it's similar to like the Moth Radio from NPR. And it's one of those things when I put my vision board together, I wanted to do this type of event at HAYVN. And so the fact that they met there and created this amazing event, and they're going to be off and running and probably doing this around the country. So really exciting.
Well, I turned at you and I think Michelle, another one of your fans and advisors said, Felicia, this is your dream come true. And the room was packed. It was a sold out event. It was fantastic and a great way to, again, see your dream come true, but also bear witness to the 5 years that you've made this so fantastic and wonderful. Felicia, as you're on the 5 years, we're out of COVID, which you survived. What have you been sort of looking back on, or some of the lessons that you've learned from the 5 years, whether they're hard-earned lessons or now that you're here, you can see it. I'm sort of curious how you've been reflective about your 5 years.
Yeah. So I kind of just started HAYVN and it went, crazy. I'm like, I had a million ideas. I'm going to do this, this, and this in terms of programming. And this is the type of people that I want in the community. So I had a really good vision to begin with, but really in terms of lessons learned, I now am trying to be more strategic and streamlined and less scattershot. I originally thought the first year I would just try a bunch of things and see what happened. But again, after 8 months, COVID hit. So we had another 2 years to try a bunch of different things and see what would work. So my theme for this year, I know people do like one word themes or something, but I guess I'm combining it. It's going to be focus, simplicity.
Nice.
And so we're looking back at everything that we've been doing and making sure that each program that we put together, everything that we do is intentional and strategic, and try to make it as simple as possible. So just more focused.
I love that. And let's just, focusing on successes and what's worked. You have some signature sort of events that you have become known for that I know you're even almost doubling down on. Can you share with the listeners some of those, for those not be able to attend in person or might not be with the model of how HAYVN is evolving?
Yeah. Well, I'll step back and just talk about our pillars of focus, because this is really how the events and what we're doing fits. So we focus on 4 pillars at HAYVN: sustainability and social impact, entrepreneurship, health and wellness, and empowering women together. So with that, we've created programs, and now we're diving deeper into each one of these programs. And so we're doing some basics, like, for example, in the health and wellness area, we have a monthly meeting and bring people in together at a special interest group. But we also want to support these people. They are members of the space, and we have created a health and wellness summit. So that's one of our signature events, and we've done 4 or 5 of these, and they're incredible. We have wonderful keynote speakers, and then we have vendor tables and little activities in the wellness world. And then now diving deeper also in the sustainability world, which has become a focus maybe a year into starting HAYVN. We are a B Corp.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm going through my assessment now for my next, it's every 3 years you have to do it. It's painful, but it's working. But we have created a sustainability and social impact bi-monthly meeting where we bring in experts to explore topics and trends to make a difference in the world. And in addition, we have a pop-up holiday fair. So I combined, we were doing like a yearly holiday fair with music and food and featuring different vendors, but we're really focusing on sustainable products. So this, again, has kind of taken our core pillars of focus and expanded on what we do. And we wind up getting a lot of people that join HAYVN become members in the sustainable world, which is great. And then also in the entrepreneur focus, we have our signature HAYVN Hatch. We've done 15 of these, I
can't believe that.
And yeah, and that's really helping women entrepreneurs pitch in front of an audience of investors and friends. And we've had over 75 women go through this experience and help them gain confidence and explore their business vision and introduce them to people to get capital. This is like kind of the first stop for a lot of these entrepreneurs. And then they go on to other places in the state to really grow their business. But we're there for the support. So those are 3 of our areas of our signature events.
I love it. And I love how, you've sort of, it sounds like with that umbrella of focus simplicity, looked at your programming, looked at your pillars, and looked at what your audiences ask for, and are kind of meeting everybody at that intersection. And maybe not in that, like, this sounds like a great idea, let's try this. You're building on your successes of what's working and getting known for this, right? Like, I know people have sought you out for the success of your HAYVN Hatch, right? In terms of, wait, that model seems to be working. How can we emulate that? Felicia, we talked a little bit about, we always talk about the HAYVN magic. And in lots of the interviews, when I talk to people, they're like, it's the community, it's the community. Can you comment a little bit on, has the community changed? What has the community meant to you? I know that was one of your guiding sort of parts of your vision, was creating community, but does the HAYVN community mean something different to you than it did maybe when you started out?
It's actually so much more than when I started out. It's the same focus that I had in mind, but I've met so many amazing people here, just special. And originally I thought, it might be locally Darien area, but it's all over Fairfield County, people from New York City, and just all walks of business. We have a lot of people that are in the marketing world, the financial world, entrepreneurial world, nonprofits, and also in the health and wellness area. So we've definitely dived deeper into some of these areas.
And I personally, selfishly, I've told you this, I love using it as a calling card. It's almost an excuse for me to talk to anybody because I'm like, oh, when you're next in Connecticut, you should drop in and see us at HAYVN. Oh, if you ever need, oh, you're looking for programming. I don't know. I love it as a way to sort of introduce people, or especially women entrepreneurs, into either physically getting out or just like knowing about the magic that you're making at HAYVN. I was wondering if, and we've kind of looked backwards, and you've got your programming, you've got your membership is continuing to grow. Office space, last we spoke, was kind of at capacity. What's on the horizon? I mean, I know you're not going to rest on your laurels of the 5 years. Can you share what else is going on in terms of what you're looking at for the next 5 years? Do you have it in you now that it feels like things are settling and you're on focused simplicity? Do you sort of do status quo, or do you have some things that you're looking at and considering?
Yeah. So the horizon, I actually, for the past several years, have been thinking it would be nice to have a few more of these along the 95 corridor. You know, people don't want to travel that far. They'll travel for like an event once in a while, but to be in the space often, it needs to be within like 5 miles of their house, especially in Fairfield County because the traffic is so bad. So I am constantly looking for a couple other places along the 95 corridor. That's one. I also am diving deeper into, we have space that we've called the Creative Cafe, and building that out more where we can have, feature different members on a daily basis that, or in the evening, that they might want to just give a little preview to what they do, a little spotlight, and have some food and activities around that. So that's a couple of things that I'm thinking of. And I am constantly thinking about how to be more strategic about our programming. We are looking at something called Her Story that we're going to be rolling out, where we will have an amazing entrepreneur who's share their story to support other women entrepreneurs. So more to come on that.
I love it. Well, the new space, I know we've had this conversation and there are people like, what about Fairfield? What about Greenwich? So I think you've certainly been hearing that call. With regard to the creative space, Felicia, is that you opening your doors to entrepreneurs who are creative? Is that you helping entrepreneurs get more creative? How has that evolved? It sounds like a nice outlet, but also a space where maybe people who didn't think they fit the HAYVN mold could come in. Is it bringing a different audience, or is it just tapping into the HAYVN magic that's already there?
I think it's expanding our audience. There's a lot of people that just are trying to figure out what their next step is. So this is an opportunity to connect, and not, we do a lot of events that are around networking, gathering, gabbing, but this is a way to not feel pressure and just to connect with people in a more creative atmosphere. There's more to come in. What's great is I have the space, but I don't have to build it all out. Like, the members are helping. So Asami, Chelsea, and Tracy have ideas, and I'm just supporting them and offering what we can for the Creative Cafe. And that's the same, I guess, when we talk about the HAYVN magic, that's what's happening a lot, is like people come to me with ideas and I can support them and not necessarily have to do everything myself, which is what I'm learning a lot about as well. But like, we have something forming that I'm really excited about too. It might be called the Marketing Collective. There'll be more to speak about, but there's a lot of different marketing people in our space. And we have had a marketing hot seat, which is once a month, where anybody can come and meet a team of marketing specialists and share what their business is and get some ideas. in consultation on it, but it's going to be expanding as well. And there'll be some more support around that. But again, I'm not doing it, but members of our space who have been there for a long time are creating this.
And who've worked together. I mean, I want to say, like, not only that, these are people who've met and connected, and they're not just friendly, they have actually worked on projects together, right? Like, I think we're seeing that evolve in several different ways where it's not just, oh, nice to know you. It's oh, should we work on this project together? Or, oh, I need your input or your expertise. Could you collaborate with me? Even beyond marketing, but certainly in the marketing space where everybody kind of has their specialty, but bringing that collective together and brainstorming has been really useful.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, in terms of the marketing piece, I just want to give a special thank you to Marie Patel, Melissa Hollick, Virginia, and Kim Barron, who have been wonderful, supportive. They've met and connect at HAYVN.
Okay. 4 of my favorite people. So I'm glad we get to give them that shout out. We've been talking about HAYVN and your 5 years of success, but I don't want to get away from our time together without reflecting a little bit on 100 episodes of the HAYVN Hubcast. When you and I first talked about this way back when, I'm like, yeah, podcast sounds like a great idea. And figuring out what it would look like also was a bit of like, let's try a few things, and landing on this model where we get to talk to HAYVN members and friends of HAYVN. And it's been a sheer delight for me personally, just to sort of get to learn and be curious about these amazing people. I'm curious from your standpoint, do you have some sort of surprising interviews or interesting interviews that maybe neither you or I necessarily saw coming, or friends or members of HAYVN whose voices we've really been able to value and have significant input? Just curious if anything comes off the top of your head.
Yeah, let me think. So off the top of my head, I mean, I was thrilled to see that we had enough recognition that we were able to have some key influencers like Annie Lamont and Jim Himes and Allison Malloy, 3 people that have made such a huge impact in Connecticut that offered their time and energy to be on our podcast. And then in addition, we've had so many great entrepreneurs. I know you've interviewed winners of the Hatch.
So fun.
And yeah, it's fun. And it's just fun to, they've put themselves out there, are working so hard, and anything we can do to support them, but they just have such energy. So I hope that these stories are helpful for other entrepreneurs that are trying to really create their businesses.
Well, and I was, everybody's so gracious with their time. And to me, it's like a conversation, but it's been really also fun to see, or interesting to sort of see where they are at a certain point, whether they were the winner of a HAYVN Hatch and they're going on to that next level, or they've just been through something or launched something and they can share that perspective. Or in the case of the influencers you mentioned, just again, providing that bigger picture of what's going on in the investment world or what's going on in the political world, and creating the awareness of sort of how HAYVN and its members fit into that picture has just been kind of wonderful to pull all the pieces together and sort of see where it fits. But also, I tell you this all the time, as much as I love hearing from them, my favorite question at the end is like, so tell me about your experience with HAYVN. And, it's unprompted. And 9 times out of 10, I get the Felicia's amazing, HAYVN's amazing, the magic. I never anticipated it. So I just want to reiterate that because I get to hear it all the time in real time. And you've just done such a super, super, super job with creating this magical space and community and concept and collective and connections. It's been a privilege to be alongside you through this journey. So congratulations.
Thank you, Nancy.
Well, I tell you what, we'll maybe have 100 more episodes. May there be 5 more years. And what I'm thinking we'll do is we'll put links to some of the shows that we talked about as well. And if possible, Drop the Mic night was recorded, wasn't recorded. I can't remember. But if we can find a link to the Drop the Mic night, we'll include that for those who didn't get to participate in that wonderful event. Felicia, again, thank you for all your time, for all you do, for creating the space that brings us together.
Nancy, thank you. And I'm so happy to have you as part of my world. Really, you're just amazing. I'm a big fan. So thank you.
Ditto, ditto, ditto. So that is our 100th episode of the HAYVN Hubcast. Please, if you like what you hear, give us a big fat like, share, review. It means the world to us and to the HAYVN team. And we look forward to bringing you another 100 episodes.
Thanks for listening to the HAYVN Hubcast, a place to learn what business leaders and owners are doing to navigate and grow in today's market. Please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. HAYVN is a co-working space and virtual community located in the heart of Fairfield County, Connecticut. HAYVN is a hub for business owners and professionals to connect, create, and get stuff done. Find out more about the HAYVN community online at hayvn.com. That's HAYVN.com. HAYVN Hubcast is produced by Sound Advice Strategies.